Welcome to the video blog. I'm Doug Simon here at the Counselors Academy with Elise Mitchell of Mitchell's Communication Group. Thanks so much for joining.
Oh, you bet. I'm glad to be here. Thank you.
Great. You gave an inspirational presentation about enjoying the ride of business ownership. Can you tell us, how do you do that?
Well, what you want to be sure to do is to be on the journey intentionally, which means that whatever you're experiencing in your business, you want to fully embrace it, which means embracing first. When first things happen to you that you might be afraid of, don't be afraid of those things. Go through them, press into them, and experience what you can learn from them. But most importantly, don't be so focused on the destination that you miss the experience of the ride along the way. And that's where we came up with the phrase, enjoy the ride.
Now, do you think the fact that you're enjoying the ride improves the quality of the service you provide to clients?
Yes, definitely, because I believe to be successful in whatever you do in business, you have to first and foremost be passionate about it. It means you get up every day excited about what you do. My grandfather told me a story. One time he said, Elise, if you love what you do, you will never work a day in your life. And I've been very lucky because I love what I do in public relations, and now I have a chance to lead a team of very professional and accomplished individuals, and they inspire me every day to enjoy the ride.
Now, I should add a couple of things about Elise. One, she was very nice to me and she took off her heels, because otherwise part of her ID is being a tall motorcycle rider, and you'll be able to see some of the photos on the link. But I appreciate that. But I do want to ask, being on a motorcycle, that's actually informed some of your approach to business.
Yes, that's right. There's something I learned when I learned how to ride a motorcycle, and it's called looking through the turn. And the idea is when you approach an intersection or a curve in the road, a lot of times that's where accidents happen in motorcycle riding. And so our instructor at the time was teaching me. He said, Elise, learn to look at the other point of the turn, where you want to end up, instead of freaking out about all the hazards in the turn, like potholes or oil slicks or gravel that would make your bike fall. He said, learn to assess them and adjust for them based on your instincts and experience, but never lose sight of where you want to end up. And when he explained that to me, I was like, oh my gosh, that is like the greatest analogy for business and life. If we can learn to take that energy that a lot of times we focus on the potential hazards and all the things that could go wrong, and instead focus on where we want to end up, we will be much more successful in life.
That sounds great, and we'll hear it over these announcements. One other counterintuitive piece of advice you had for motorcycling is you actually have to turn away from the curve to go through it. How has that informed your business?
We call that leaning into opportunity, where you actually turn the handlebars on a bike differently than the direction you're going, and it makes your bike go where you want to go. You also have to use a little bit of your weight, so there's a little bit of finesse involved in learning how to lean correctly to get the bike go where you want. And the idea behind that is be able to think about where potential opportunity lies, and don't be afraid to press into it, which means take a bit of calculated risk. Invest in resources, staff up, look for opportunities to really drive your business forward, and sometimes that takes a little bit of courage to do it.
So it's New Orleans, it's rowdy, and we'll wrap this up. Thanks so much for joining.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me.